Welcome back to Granbury TV, everybody. It's time for our weekly Fire Marshal report with Brian Fine. How are you?
Doing good. Great.
And this is our special guest, Stephanie Parker with Texas EMS. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
So, what do we have to talk about today?
Lots of good things. Obviously, the weather's been kind of, the forefront of a lot of news stories and,
Right.
and a lot going on. Last Friday, we had a pretty good storm come through the county. We talked about it that morning, just kind of, well, it wasn't supposed to be that bad, and then it turned out a lot worse than what we thought it was going to be.
Right.
We had tornado warning up in the Lipan area, a lot of heavy winds came through, a lot of heavy rain and all that stuff. And really want to let people know, we had some people that actually called our dispatch center as it was going on, asking what they should do. And that's not the time to be calling. You don't figure out what to take when your house is on fire. When it's on fire, you figure out what you want to take beforehand. Same with weather and all that stuff. You want to make sure that you've got a plan. You know what's happening. If it comes out there's a tornado warning or something like that, make sure you know where you're going to go ahead of time. Not once you get the warning, go, okay, now what do I do?
Right.
So you can go to the Hood County website. We've got an emergency preparedness guide on there. If you go to Fire Marshal and Emergency Management, there's got some real good information about what you should have on hand, making a plan, finding out where to go. One of the big things is, people live in mobile homes, get out of the mobile home. If you got a permanent structure nearby, go to it. If not, just find a low spot, a ditch or something like that. Get in there. If you can build a shelter, great. But we had a lot of phone calls related to stuff like that as it was going on,
Right.
and that's our dispatch center is really trying to take care of the emergency. And while those are valid and important things that these people need answered, that wasn't really the time for you to try to develop an emergency plan as when an emergency is happening.
Right.
You don't want to ask what do you do in a car crash as you're about to hit the wall, so
Yeah.
you figure it out beforehand. So that was a big thing, is really making sure that people are prepared out there. Go onto the website, get the emergency preparedness guide, look at it. If you got any questions, call my office. We'll be happy to help you out with it. And then kind of tied into that is Code Red. It's what we use for emergency notifications in the county. Really great. It's kind of a reverse 911 to where our dispatch center is able to identify where they want the phone call to go, then send it out to everybody. And it does take a few minutes. I mean, that's one of the kind of the drawbacks with the system is it's not really designed for a situation like a tornado where there's an immediate threat, because it does take a couple minutes to get the message out and call everybody and all that. As you can imagine, you're trying to call 50,000+ residents. It takes a few minutes. And the Code Red system was utilized. When we put the message out, they were very good about putting it out as it was the north part of the county is where the threat was. But the problem is not everybody's in the system. And then also back to the immediate threat. It really, because of the time it takes, those in the Lipan area, which was the first ones that were really under the gun for any potential tornado, really didn't help them out a whole lot. So we really try to tell people to be aware of your situation, be aware of what the weather's doing, listen to National Weather Service radio, watch the news, whatever it is, so you understand when that warning comes out, you're getting it before we have to tell you. Going back to the phone calls, Code Red, great system. I mean, we use it for lost kids, we use it for somebody with Alzheimer's, anything that would ever happen at the power plant. I mean, a lot of different situations, and so people need to make sure they're in the system. They can go to Hood County's website. They can go to the city of Granbury's, Pecan Plantation, Toller. Go to any one of those websites, click on the Code Red link, put as many phone numbers in there as you want. You put your email address. We'll send you a phone call, text message, email, all that stuff about what's going on when we use the system. If you don't have access to the internet, call my office, and you can put the number up on the bottom of the screen or whatever, and then call my office, and we'll take care of that and get them entered in that way. But it's really important that we get the numbers in the database. Nowadays, with unlisted phone numbers, cell phones, stuff like that, we have no way to collect the cell phone numbers. So if, I know like my house, I've got 5 people, everybody's got cell phones, we don't have a landline anymore. So, got to go in and put those numbers in there so we can notify you when something happens.
Yeah.
And it's really important. Like I said, if you have any problems with it, call my office and we'll take care of it for you.
Awesome. Cool. So What is this whole, what is it, is it EMS Week?
EMS Week, yes.
What exactly is this?
EMS Week is a national EMS Appreciation Week. It's May 20th through May 26th. We are celebrating here in Hood County. Texas EMS is taking donations. Right now, we're getting over 1,000 t-shirts made. We're going to hand them out to every first responder in the county. That includes not only our volunteer firefighters, but other EMS agency, our CareFly, our Air Evac, our police department, our DPS officers, and our sheriff's office.
Wow.
Also, any t-shirts that are left over, we're going to be throwing at the 4th of July parade. So it's a pretty good advertisement for anybody who wants to make a donation. With that money, we are going to be able to buy water and Gatorade for our fire departments. With fire season coming up, it's very important that we have that kind of thing on hand for dehydration reasons, just to make sure that we keep our firefighters safe and hydrated so that they're able to be able to continue taking care of stuff. And any other equipment that they might need, we might be able to help out just a little bit. So you can contact us, our website, mytexasems.org. And all our information is on there. Call us, we'll come pick it up. You can mail it, whatever they choose. But right now, any help would be appreciated so we can take care of our volunteers here in our county. They are very important to us.
Definitely. I think that it's a good thing. I mean, especially for all the volunteers, how you're saying that you're having 1,000 t-shirts made? Is that right?
Yes, over 1,000. We may order more, yes.
Do you have 1,000 volunteers? You have more than 1,000?
With our police, fire, EMS, we have over 400 first responders that we're going to give them to. What's left over, we'll be able to give out during the 4th of July parade to everybody. But we're going to do a meet and greet on May 26th for all of our volunteers, feed them for the day, kind of everybody get to know each other, shake their hand and tell them thank you for their service, because it's very important they understand how much they mean to us.
Awesome. That is really cool. That's still a lot of volunteers. I mean, and to be able to fund that and have the money for the fire departments and stuff is definitely important. I know we had talked about it in a previous episode with the Possum Kingdom thing and having to replenish the stuff that we had lost from that. So it's a good cause, definitely.
I agree.
And Stephanie's done a great job. They've kind of made her the unofficial PR between EMS and the fire departments, and going out there, and like anything else, we get turnover, excuse me, on the fire side where, guys move on, whatever, and on the EMS side, same thing. And so you get to points where there's kind of a disconnect sometimes because you don't know everybody. And she's done a great job going out, getting the EMS to go out to the different stations, visit with the fire departments, get to put faces with names and have that relationship on our schedule, so to speak, versus trying to do it on scene and try to build up those rapports there. So she's done a great job with it, and it's something that we've definitely seen an improvement with the interactivity between the departments over the last couple months, and I applaud her for it, and it's something that's been going really well. So
awesome.
We just try to encourage people. People forget that everybody, especially our volunteer firefighters, are out there on their own time. They have full-time jobs and families. They leave their families to help with emergencies, to help us. Shake their hand, tell them thank you. They're doing this because they love to do it, because they appreciate their community. And I think people forget about that, and people need to remember how important they are.
Definitely, I have to agree. So do you guys have anything else for us on today?
One thing too, kind of we've got a little bit of time for this one, but we did an article, I think came out last week in the paper, about Fire Prevention Month. That's in October, and we work with the fire departments, and we kind of coordinated with them to go out and do fire prevention, a lot of the local schools, the elementary schools and all that stuff. And we've got a National Fire Protection Agency's got a new program out there, which we're really hoping kind of helps us out. We've got a real limited budget on getting the materials, and you try to get something where you get enough for everybody, but since you're dealing with elementary school, you want to have some cool stuff too. We did rubber ducks last year, and I think we did fire helmets a year before and stuff like that. And NFPA, like I said, National Fire Protection Agency, has done a new program called Sparky's Wish List. And you can go to www.nfpa.org and click on Sparky's Wish List. And if somebody wants to make a $5 donation or whatever, and just purchase some of the items that we're going to be using for fire prevention, and we've got them listed on there, and they can do whatever they want to do. Every penny helps, because it's one less thing that we have to buy out of our budget, and we can take it and expand it out. Make if we've got a lot of donations or a lot of equipment being bought through, or supplies being bought through there, then we can take our budget, buy additional stuff, and really get, it's important getting the kids educated. We try to get them, kind of talk about the preparedness side earlier, and teaching them about fire safety, teaching them about developing a family fire plan and all those things. And it's really good if we have handouts and stuff to go with. And we usually try to do, coloring books and pencils and stuff like that. But then we try to give them some type of keepsake that's, fun. Like I said, we did the
Right.
rubber ducks with fire helmets last year, and those were pretty popular. I know we went through those things pretty quick, too. But, and flashlights and stuff like that. So, again, it's www.nfpa.org. And they can click on Sparky's wish list and go to Hood County. And if somebody's willing to help out, then trust me, we'll take all the help we can get on it, because it's a really good program. It's the whole month of October is Fire Prevention Month, and we take about a week where we schedule every day. We're going to a different school, several schools in one day. Fire department's out there showing equipment off, and really, really fun and a really neat program.
Awesome, cool. Well, it sounds like there's lots of opportunities to give to, it's not a charity, but for a good cause.
Right.
Definitely. So, and it's a great time.
Yeah, and we know times are tough. It's not everybody can make the donations, and I know they're getting hit from every different angle. Everybody's in the same position. Schools are, fire department, everybody is. Their budgets aren't as big as they used to be.
Yeah.
And I know the citizens, I know the businesses are getting hit from every angle, asking for donations, and they're having their own business issues and stuff that they have to deal with. And we're not asking for anybody to make a $5,000 donation or anything like that.
Right.
Somebody's got $1 or $2, they can go in there and find
Even if
something.
they go grocery shopping, they can buy extra case of water or extra case of Gatorade, drop it off at your local fire department.
Awesome.
Even
That's a good way to
something
do it
that
too.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and it's well appreciated. We've talked about it many times about these guys everybody out there being volunteers and on the fire side, and like Stephanie said, they're doing this because they want to do it,
Yeah.
not because they're getting paid to do it. They're missing meals. They're 4th of July, every one of them is on edge for that whole week, because we know fireworks are going on, and a lot of them forego their celebrations and stuff so they can be standing by ready to roll in case something breaks out. So
Well, and like you're saying with the case of water, I know that certain times of the year all the stores do a sale on the water, and it's buy one get one for like a penny or something. That's
Right.
the best time to do it too, and drop them off when they're having
Exactly.
sales and stuff, and get what you need, and then get a little extra for the
Exactly.
volunteers. So
exactly. Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah.
So you guys got anything else? That was a lot of information though.
No, I think other than like I said, to go back to the weather real quick and just really pay attention to what's going on out there. We're in that pattern of, good news is keeping the fire activity down.
Yeah.
But the bad news is like I said last Friday, that storm that came through was pretty tremendous as far as the winds. There were 60, 70 mile an hour winds in certain parts of the county, and some significant damage as far as there was one home I went to that shingles were missing off the house. Okay, that was one thing, but all the sheds were like 3 houses down. It took them just pushing them all down the road. So just pay attention to what's going on. You start seeing stuff like that, don't be outside. Get inside, get someplace safe and all that. So,
Definitely. Well, we appreciate both of you coming by, and we hope that you guys get the donations that you need, and that, again, if you need anything, all the links to their websites and all their contact information is on our website at granburytv.org, and you can find out more information if you want to donate or help or just about anything.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for stopping by.
Thank you.